Hello, beautiful world. I am April Davis Campbell, and I am the pastor at Trinity Presbyterian Church in Woodbury, Minnesota. And I am here with you today for a little spiritual nourishment for your soul, a little prayerful pause, just 10 minutes, an opportunity for you to rest and abide and wonder how God is speaking to you this day. Sorry, my phone made a sound. I digress. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here. And as we are entering the new year, here we find ourselves on I believe it to be the 12th of January, marching through the first month of a new year. And I wanted to sort of look at this theme of blessing. And the context that I am coming from is we here at Trinity are working very, very intently on finishing up our annual report for 2021, then to have a congregational meeting where we receive the annual report. And so we reflect on the past year. So that's one of the things that sort of has me thinking. I thought I would share with you briefly. So our annual report, excuse me, it's a little bit different this year. It's not really a bunch of words. It's really, we're trying to tell a story, our story in pictures. And I have to say, you're the first ones to see this, except for the session members, because it's not been finalized and sent to the whole congregation yet. So just giving you a little glimpse of this. So here's our staff reports, other things happening. So if you're a member of Trinity, you can watch your email because you'll receive this soon. But as I was thinking about that, it makes me want to look back on the blessings, and partially because at Trinity, we really wanted to tell a story of who we are based on what we did, not giving you the words, but giving you the optics, the pictures, the visuals. And so that's one of the things that I was noticing as I was thinking about not only the annual report, but also our prayerful pause today. So if we think about the blessings that we've received, for instance, in our annual report, it has all these pictures of things that Trinity has done, that the way Trinity has ministered to the community. So those are looking back at the blessings that not only we've received, but then we've shared with others. Got a couple verses I want to share with you today. So the first couple are from 1 Chronicles chapter 16, and we have verses 8 and verses 11 and 12. Verses 8 and verses 11 and 12. And again, this is the whole sense of looking back on blessings from God. So starting with verse 8. Give thanks to our God and call on God's name. Proclaim God's deeds among the nations. Remember the marvels that God has done, the wonders God performed, and the judgments pronounced. You descendants of Sarah and Abraham, God's faithful ones. You children of Leah and Rachel and Jacob, God's chosen. That sense of remembering the blessings that you have received, recalling what that means to you in your life. Also, I have a verse from Deuteronomy, and this is from, this is from Lamentations chapter 3. Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 through 24. Again, thinking about the way that God has blessed us. Our God's favor is not exhausted, nor has God's compassion failed. They rise up anew each morning. So great is God's faithfulness. Our God is all I have, I cry. So I will wait in patience. Our God's favor is not exhausted, nor has God's compassion failed. I think these words really resonate with this time and this space of ongoing pandemic. I think we probably are to a point where we realize that the pandemic's actually not going to end. It's how can we manage it? How can we manage it together? And for some people, they may say, well, God has smited us, and that's why there's a pandemic. Well, the text today says, our God's favor is not exhausted, nor has God's compassion failed. It's that reminder that God is equipping us to move forward in faith. God has equipped us with scientists and people who have such amazing knowledge and gifts and skills to make not only us a better people, but the world a better place. And again, those words from First Chronicles. Remember the marvels that God has done, the wonders performed and the judgments pronounced. Give thanks to our God and call on God's name. Proclaim God's deeds among the nations. I wonder how often you stop and marvel at the world around you. How often do you pause and look at the blessings that you've received? Maybe it's the blessing of getting an education. Maybe it's the blessing of having a house or a family or a vocation that is engaging to you. But maybe the blessing is being able to walk outside and breathe deeply of the crisp, cool air, noticing what is happening around you in God's glorious creation. Maybe that is part of the looking back on the blessings. I have one more text I'd like to share from you. And again, these readings, they all come to you today from they're written by the Priests for Equality. So we have the inclusive New Testament and the inclusive Hebrew scriptures, which is what I just read to you. And finally, I'd like to read for you from the New Testament. This is from James, and this is chapter 1 of James. Make no mistake about this, my dear sisters and brothers. Every worthwhile gift, every genuine benefit comes from above, descending from the Creator of the heavenly luminaries, who cannot change and is never in the shadow. God willingly gave birth to us with the spoken word and truth that we may be, as it were, the first fruits of God's creations. Make no mistake about it, my dear brothers and sisters. Every worthwhile gift, every genuine benefit comes from above. Every benefit comes from above. I'm not saying you need to sit down and make a list and take stock of your life, listing all the things that you have that are uplifting and inspiring and blessings to you. However, it sometimes is a good idea to deliberately and intentionally stop. Stop and appreciate. Look back. Maybe look at the pictures in your phone. If you had to be challenged to pick 12 pictures to represent the blessings of 2021, what would those 12 pictures be? And maybe they're not a picture in your phone. Maybe it's a picture memory where you were in a space and you did one of these. I want to remember it forever, searing it into your memory. What would those 12 moments of blessing look like? Well, it's hard to say because it might be different for each of us, but it's an invitation to be thoughtful, be purposeful. I mean, some people are very purposeful about what they eat and how they exercise and what they drive and where they drive. Why would you be no less purposeful in thinking about the blessings in your life? I wonder. I'd like to close our time today with a blessing for the new year, and this is written by John O'Donohue. Fabulous book called To Bless the Space Between Us. So again, a blessing for the new year. On the day when the weight deadens on your shoulders and you stumble, may the clay dance to balance you. And when your eyes freeze behind the gray window and the ghost of loss gets you, may a flock of colors, indigo and red and green and azure blue, come to awaken in you a meadow of delight. When the canvas frays in the curragh of thought and a stain of ocean blackens beneath you, may you come there across waters, a path of yellow moonlight to bring you safely home. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of the light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. And may the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. Thank you so much for joining me today on our Prayerful Pause. If you're interested in learning more about Trinity and our mission and ministry, I invite you to check out our website, which is trinitywoodbury.org, or you can email, or you can call, or you can check us out on Facebook too. Thank you so much. I will see you again next week. Bye-bye.